Hello, I'm Mike Ruff. I'm director of a lot of famous films that I'm way too lazy to mention, but you probably heard of. And I'm here to talk to you today about the story of this walrus. A walrus named Brielle. Brielle's a very special walrus. She had a very nice band. She won many prizes, and she was a very special walrus. And I'm here, obviously, as I just said before, to talk to you about said walrus. Now, let's take a closer look into Brielle's life of a walrus.
Brielle? Who's Brielle?
Physically, she was in shape. I knew she was in shape. This is like the most athletic walrus I've ever seen in my entire life.
She was alright. She made a good meal, and I'm still kind of have some beef with her because she never paid for my car. But besides that, she's always been there for me, I've been there for her, kind of bonded.
Well, at first I did think she was hot, but then after I kind of met her, knew who she was not my type. She's kind of pretty weird.
Oh, beautiful. Oh, she was beautiful.
I don't even know what to think about it. Everyone seems to like the walrus. I don't care. I don't seem to like the walrus.
Brielle was born in an ice cave to a walrus dad and a normal human mom. And she got tired of ice life, and she wanted something better for herself, being a walrus hybrid. And she escaped the cave, but was then later captured by an Indonesian fisherman.
Ah, Brielle. She was beautiful. She was very hairy. She was big. I remember 10 years ago, on April 1st, she came into my arms. I saw it. I was hooking and reeling, and I caught something. I was like, yeah, it's time. So I was hooking and reeling, and I finally got into my boat. I said, oh, big fish. But then I realized it was a walrus. And so I started communicating with her. Fortunately, she couldn't speak because she's a walrus, but I understood her.
Brielle was then later traded by that same Indonesian fisherman, but he was very poor, so he only wanted a piece of gum and some bubble wrap. And Brangelina, being the American parents that they are, they enrolled her into an American public school where she was very unpopular. Well, I met him in a trash can.
Yeah?
Because they didn't have enough boxes to send him to my house. So they kind of left him in a package, and he was crying, and I picked him up and comforted him. I felt like he was ready for the job. I felt like he couldn't sing. So I gave him my own personal lessons and made him listen to various artists like Tupac, and felt that's true American music right there. So once Brielle got to this school, she realized she wanted to become a musician from all the popular culture in America at the time. And she enrolled herself in the class with Mr. Morrison, the music teacher at the school, who was really freaked out by her. But in the same class was Igor von Beardman in a music class with her. And everybody else really cared about her being a walrus, whereas Igor von Beardman, he seemed really into her, and he didn't seem to mind her being a walrus, so they quickly became friends and later started a band, Trapped in a Closet.
Well, I was at a water show, just a regular water show. I don't think I was in Disney, but I could have been there. I mean, I don't know. And I saw that there was just a walrus there, and I wasn't ready for a walrus. It's normally seals or orca whales. It was a walrus, so I'm like, all right, that's pretty cool, right? And then this person came up to me and said, that's our daughter.
Well, when I first saw her, I was like, damn! But then, I went up to her and talked to her, but, she turned out pretty weird, so I don't know. And then I started talking to her, but she turned out to be a nice person. At first, I'm like, music's not my thing, but, whatever gets me closer to her, whatever.
After very short work of being with the band, they already came out with the first debut album, My Closet, My Home, which was quasi-successful.
I was teaching, actually. I remember it. I was teaching my students, and they were doing a good job, conducting, and they were all playing. And then, we had a break, and I just heard this song just blaring, and it was kind of all right, I guess. I didn't really know what to think about it. And then some picture showed up on the black screen in our room. We have it so we can show people what albums they're playing. And it turned out it was a walrus, and I was like, oh, what? How could there be a walrus? And somebody said, hey, that's Brielle, look at her. And I just stood there baffled because, she was once my student, and I really helped her get somewhere, I mean, my life still sucks. I'm not going to lie. But the fact that I helped a walrus make a music album, that's pretty amazing.
Actually, I first heard of her when she started her new band. It was actually some really good music. It was popping. I usually have house parties once in a while.
I think my favorite song was the One Direction song that came on after I finished the album. Yeah.
Well, I thought it was a splendid idea. She came to me one day. I was doing laundry and taking notes on it, and she said, I'm going to do an album. I was like, that's a great idea. So I was giving her moral and physical support. She'd be up all night crying. I'd give her some back rubs. And I said, this is going to be a success. Until one night. I was driving about 11:30 a.m. and one of her songs came on, the first song, and the first 3 seconds of listening to it, I purposely wrecked my car. I slammed it into the side of the road, praying that I would never hear it again.
So her first debut album immediately spewed her into international success and popularity. So when she was touring in the European country of Luxembourg, she met apparently her #1 fan, Milan Rufstays, who then got into a relationship with her and slowly tore her apart from the band.
Well, actually, I thought of her as like a unique individual. Actually, I was a boyfriend back in the day. A lot of people always thought that I met her in an aquarium, but that's actually some lies. I actually purchased her off eBay.
Milan. Well, first of all, I don't know how she can land a solid 10 like that. She's like a 4 at max.
Igor was... I didn't know him that well because me and Brielle were pretty much having the time of our lives, but Igor is just like third-wheeling sometimes. I didn't really like talking to him that much. He was kind of a weird dude.
Well, I was kind of disappointed. I was hoping that our band would go and achieve some great things, but unfortunately, it came to an end.
After a couple years being with Milan Rufstays in a relationship and living together, their relationship was spiraling down and made Brielle depressed and very sad walrus. And Milan Rufstays wasn't having it. He just did not feel like being with such a depressed walrus, and he didn't feel like the relationship would further him anymore. So he came up with a plot to kill Brielle by running her over with a rolling chair.
When I killed her, I honestly didn't know what to think about it. Part of me regrets it, because me and Brielle we were close. But another part realized that I had no other choice to kill her. She was a menace. Her music was awful. Like, it was butt ugly awful.
Mm-hmm.
But we had that connection, though. I'm sorry. We had something special. We had something, man.
Do you need a tissue?
Yes, please. It's okay. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Well, first of all, I kind of giggled, but then I felt really bad. I was like, I raised this infant from yay tall to yay high. and all she did was sing, and all she wanted to do was make people happy. She made people wreck their cars with her garbage music, but the intentions were good.
When I heard Brielle's death, I was fairly surprised. You know, I thought she would have lasted longer. You know, being a walrus and stuff. You know, pretty tough normally, but like, you got to go back to class. You can't just be walking. No. Well, that sucks. Anyway, it doesn't matter, I guess. But I mean, I guess I was kind of depressed a little bit, but like I said, my life sucks. I don't really care. She could have just like passed out, and I would have been like, oh, there she went. But it doesn't even matter.
Oh, I remember. It was December 5th. I was back at the motherland in Malaysia, near Kuala Lumpur, and I found out about her death, and I don't have to pay child support. I'm very happy. I raised her for 6 years. You know, 6 years too long. You know.
Thank the Lord. I mean, I was so happy on that day. I was crying in tears. I was in tears of joy. It was such a great day.
Unfortunately, in the end, Brielle died.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm not dead.
This wasn't in the script. What is this?
I don't know. I thought she was dead too.
I'm pretty sure we had a whole documentary about her dying. How is she here?
I'm sorry. I have no clue. I wish I.
Somebody
Why-
should have told me about this.
Yeah. I think we're severely misinformed. All
Just a
right.
bit.
So, let's just cut it here, I guess.
Yeah, okay, there.
Damn!
Well, first of all, I don't think she deserved any kind of award.
I do remember this. One time we were at Disney World, and we were eating ice cream, and all of a sudden Igor just dropped ice cream all over his face.
You know, I don't even care anymore.
Brielle died?